gentlemen, welcome to the Restorative Practice Conference 2018. Let us give our warmest welcome to welcome our guest of honor, the Minister for Social and Family Development, Mr. Desmond Lee.
Mr. Desmond Lee, Minister for Social and Family Development, Second Minister for National Development, Ms. Idiola Pashalari, Secretary General, World Assembly of Youth, Mr. Desmond Teo, Chairman of the Board of Directors, LCCS, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you and welcome to the conference. I think first off, I would like to open with a question. I would like to ask you to consider, do you feel safe in Singapore? I think if we talk about physical safety, Singapore actually tops the 2018 Global Law and Order report. We have 94% of our adults saying that they feel safe to walk alone at night. And that's a question that we want to ask ourselves. How do we create conditions for this to happen meaningfully? And I hope we can discover the fundamentals and principles that cut across the various contexts. So allow me to close by encouraging all of us to think about what it means to be involved in the restorative movement.
Your theme for this conference, Building Connected Communities, Restorative Movement to Break the Hurt Cycle, highlights two areas that are close to our hearts at MSF. Firstly, the power of communities to change lives. And secondly, the importance of restorative practices to repair harm and to mend relationships. Now, these concepts are important because they shape a society's attitude and culture towards how we manage conflict, crime, and recovery. Knowledge can transform attitudes, and when perpetrators learn, not just rationally but emotionally, how their behavior has adversely impacted someone else. My colleagues in MSF have benefited as well. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
So thank you very much for that warm welcome. And I never imagined that the Minister for Social and Family Development was an active practitioner. How impressive is that? My best contribution is to find the right questions. And I want to give you a clue about that, because if all that we ever did in terms of how we engage with others is to ask questions, and the right questions, they'll get to work it out. Everything that matters in life is built around relationships. Well, what are the benefits of being absolutely explicit and developing, in this case, an explicit restorative framework that guides everything you do? What happens when you get the relationships right at every level, the rest is history. So in my long experience, nothing helps us to make better choices than good relationships.
For me to come by to find out more about it and see how our organization can also use it and practice in the course of our counseling practice.
Essentially what we do is we're the only cross-disability advocacy organization in Singapore. And the reason why I'm here is because we would like to learn how we can build better capability amongst our members, as well as build a better working relationship between staff and members alike, with and without disabilities.
It tended to focus more on things like integrity, humility, fairness, courage, empathy, honoring other people.
One thing that really clicked with me was the anti-students' sentiments. Affirmation is something very important that is under our school's care culture too. So my students have never really received praise or affirmation in any way since young.
When it failed, you would expect that maybe there is the, I told you so. So we would always make sure that there's opportunity for you to engage and your voice to be heard.
I think one of the key takeaway which one of the speaker mentioned was something about people over tasks. So I think that's one thing RP or the things we're doing in our work which is very important, which is we will always put people before tasks. I think it's very inspiring to hear people from different walks of life practicing RP in different contexts and different areas. For example, maybe the judge who practice RP in the courts, people who practice RP in India, in Nepal, in Australia, in different communities.
The key highlights of the conference was lecture by Dr. Hope, labeling someone delinquent and offender are very common in legal field. There were dozens of surveys as evidence show that there was a reduce in recidivism, and victims were more satisfied when they go through this restorative justice.